I'm loosening up my hip. Got to get my hip rehabilitated. Someday I want to be on my bicycle outside in the countryside again. ASAP. It's going to take a while yet. Hello, folks. I just want to make a brief statement after all the crazy stuff that's gone on in the last few weeks. Last year, I had a long conversation with several conspiratorially minded friends of mine. It seems like there's no institution in the world they can trust, no leader in the world they can trust, no corporation, there's just nothing. It's all, everything's run by a cabal of powerful people, and they're going to steal our freedom and kill us all so that they can take over the world. This is an old conspiracy theory that's been around forever, and it's always rebranded year after year, or every 5 years or so. And I think it's kind of a sad way to think about the world, because it means you're helpless, powerless, hopeless. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you'll never be in control. And they're only just a heartbeat away from taking over the world, these powerful Davos people or whoever. If you're going to prep for something, prepping for the bunker or the silo, or living on a desert island, or the cave up in the mountains, or the jungle bug out zone, or whatever it is, and that's your thing. Or even great stuff like canning and pickling and gardening and marksmanship and ham radio and woodwork and all that kind of thing. That's fantastic. Preppers are cool. But I think really the most important thing we need to prep is our mind, our ability to think. Now, everybody thinks that they think clearly. Everyone thinks they're right. Everyone thinks that their point of view or ideology is the correct one. I understand that. But if we're going to decide on what constitutes a good education, it has to be decided by rational people, people who actually know what science is, people who are well-read in their subjects, people who are experts in their fields, people who are intelligent, critical thinkers, who are creative and loving and caring and earnest people. That's the only way it's going to work. And help motivate people to educate themselves so that they can be rational people who understand how things work, and therefore make good choices and tell good stories and lead the world to a better place. If institutions are imperfect, if they are corrupt, if they are mismanaged, if the governance isn't very good, and so on, then it's up to us as members of a society, of a civil society, to do something about it, to put pressure on our leaders, whether they're corporate leaders or institutional leaders or government officials, to do a better job. And we don't have to do that with guns. It's not an either-or thing, either revolution, civil war, or we bug out to the cave, right? We don't have to kill the world to rebuild it. We don't have to throw babies out with bathwater all over the place. The world can go in a good place, and it is often. Even though we make mistakes, we can do things to reform things, to fix things. But it all starts up here. First, we have to learn how to think. First, we have to learn how to be rational, intelligent, well-read, smart people who can make good decisions, who have more sovereignty and agency in this world. It's not enough to just think you're right. My heart goes out to Q people who are going to discover that they were wrong, and that they're going to have to somehow learn to live with it. There will be lots of people in America who are going to cling to what their beliefs are, whatever side of the aisle or coin one might be on. But not everyone's right. Not everyone's rational. Not everyone's clear thinking. Not everyone's thinking is clear. So, if you're rational, if you do know how things work, I hope you'll try to do something positive to help people who perhaps are a little bit confused now to understand things better. Because real prepping starts here. So prep your mind for a more perfect union. The pretty words are meaningless. We have to get busy as citizens of our communities and countries to do what we need to do to address the challenges of today. Thank you for listening, and thank you for reading the blog, and visit Globehackers on Facebook if you want to see the shit show, curating the curators, putting lots of news up there to scroll through if you want. And stay tuned because we have a lot of projects coming up this year on the farm. Thank you again. Bulianti out.